You might be watching this video and wondering, why the hell does he have the ramp the wrong way around? I've got a fairly good reason for this, so stick around and I'm going to talk you through some of the reasons why this might be a useful way to have the ramp if you're suffering from patellofemoral joint wear and tear. Now, if you're like me and you've played sport for many years, you may have a bit of cartilage damage on the underside of your patella and in the space where those femoral condyles are. And it's not a very comfortable situation sometimes when squatting or doing any knee-related exercise. Most of the time you will see people squatting with the ramp the other way around, and they probably have a very good reason for that. They might be looking to get more depth or create maybe a greater quadricep challenge by having it that way around. So they probably have a very good reason for that. My reason for switching it the other way around is more around knee health and trying to enable myself to squat and challenge my quads without beating up my patellofemoral joint any further. Now, I've got an image of a knee from side on the screen, X-ray type view, and I actually got this image from the resistance training specialist course, and it's just showing that resultant force going through that patellofemoral joint, and you can kind of see that compressive force, that arrow through the middle, showing that compressive force through that joint. Now, as that angle at the knee increases, as we bend down further, that resultant force and that compressive force in the patella tends to increase. So potentially the lower you go, the greater that resultant force, the greater that compression through the patellofemoral joint. There's two things that I've been trying to do to reduce this compressive force. One of these is to create less of an angle when I'm squatting down. So I'm using a Smith machine, and I can squat down and it's more of a 90-degree angle there as opposed to a greater angle where I'm getting a higher compressive force. That's one thing I did. Second thing was putting this ramp the opposite way around to potentially reduce some of those frictional forces you get from the floor when you're squatting in a Smith machine. Is this appropriate for you? Is it a good option for you? Can't answer that question. What I can say is this could be something worth exploring if you're dealing with that patellofemoral type pain that I've described here. Not suggesting you'll come up with this option, it'll work for you. You could explore this and find other ways to enable you to maybe squat down without dealing with those patellofemoral pain issues. As always, depends on the goal, depends on what do you need, what is the current status of your joints, and how are you feeling on the day, really. So many factors to consider. However, keen to get your thoughts. Let me know what you think of this setup. Is there anything that you do specifically to reduce that patellofemoral pain when you're doing squatting type exercises? If you have any questions, let me know. Always love getting questions on this stuff and exploring it more deeply. So put any questions in the comments and I'll get back to you really soon on those.